Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with a Total Divas review. Season 2 is here and it is hot and it is ready. Last year at the end of Season 1, honestly, I felt a little bit tired of Total Divas. I loved this show so much, and for some reason, I just never found time to watch. I believe at one time I had the last 3, maybe the last 2 episodes of Total Divas on my DVR. And I don't know if I was saving them for a certain time or something happened, but basically my DVR took a crap and I lost the last 2 episodes of Total Divas. If I remember right, I think I watched like the recap show, so I don't know why I didn't watch the finale of the whole deal, but for some reason I never saw the cat die, and I never saw the cliffhanger of what's gonna happen with John and Nikki. Maybe when I watched was the first when they remember they had like the first group of shows, and then they had like the break, and then they came back and they kicked off the part 2 of season 1 when they had the SummerSlam stuff. Maybe that was the recap that I saw was before. Maybe I just fell asleep on the last 2 episodes and the DVR crash killed it for me. But I am ready. I love this shit. And I'm not even like, I'm pumped. I mean, this show came on and it was the first thing that I wanted to do when I got home. I grabbed my TV. I, put it on here and checked it out. It was nice to see the debut of Summer Rae replacing JoJo on the show. Hopefully she'll become more of a fixture that they use on there. Of course, JoJo was somebody that they used on the first few episodes, and then almost every episode after that, she just became almost just an unsolved mystery of where she went. There was no explanation on how she joined the show. She just was replaced by Summer Rae, and there's no reasoning, no anybody guessing about what happened to her. Her last big storyline was getting to sing the Star Spangled Banner at SummerSlam, and from there on out, it just was over and done with. There was a small little, angle at the beginning of the show based off, it was the Bella Twins' 30th birthday, and they all went out to party, and basically, there was almost a fight in the club over, our good little buddy, oh shit, what's Cameron's boyfriend's name? Vincent. Yeah. So Cameron is hanging out there with her boyfriend Vinny, and Natty's starting to feel all gassed up. She was letting him hang out, if you know what I'm talking about. The beginning of this show was the finest moment for Natalya for me on this show. Basically, they almost got into a fight over her, getting all up on Vinny's junk up there on the dance floor, and they had to pull each other outside, and they almost got arrested by a cop who didn't know what was going on and thought they were about to brawl. But overall, there was 2 main angles on the show. Just basically the cliffhanger of last time with Nikki and John getting it into a brouhaha over the fact that John says he's never going to get married. He's never going to have kids. He just, is sort of, drawing that line in the sand, coming off his last divorce. And, he wants to be with Nikki. They miss each other, and, they saw each other at the Wizard World autograph and picture signing, I believe, in Austin, Texas. And, they didn't really solve anything throughout the show, except for the fact that you can tell that both of them want to be with each other. I don't know, they're walking down the end of this pier to meet each other, and then that's where the show cuts off, and we don't know why. Nikki throughout the show is jealous, and you can see from the end of the show, and they show about the upcoming season, she's very jealous about Bree's engagement to Daniel Bryan, with them getting married. She leaves them getting, they go on like a registry thing, it's some sort of secondhand, like, upscale boutique where they grind down used underwear to make blankets and make oyster shuckers out of shit that you just really don't need, that probably costs way too much from what it was. Of course, the Bellas are always going to be a feature of the show. This show is basically to make them bigger stars than they really are. And we'll go from there. But, that's them. And then Eva Marie, the one girl that basically this show is based around, hopefully trying to become a star about anything. she got married during the break, and she didn't tell her family. Basically, they just they didn't tell anybody. They just eloped, and yeah, it is what it is. Basically, Eva Marie's family came around, and I remember when I went to SummerSlam, and I know that this show is not real. It's like really on script, but and you can tell like with like they were talking about Summer Rae and Natalya and how they were they were sort of feuding, and then they showed a match with the WrestleMania 30 sign was up there, and anybody who's a fan knows they don't hang that sign until the Royal Rumble, and this time period of where this show is taking place is before Survivor Series. So I don't know, it's just kind of weird how they jump between here and now and then, but things all put together. But basically just I remember going back and seeing at SummerSlam, Eva Marie's boyfriend walk around the hotel, and he would almost was walking around trying to get noticed because he'd been on TV a few times with the Total Divas show. I think it was around week 3, maybe week 4 when SummerSlam took place. It was almost like he just was trying to get noticed at Access, at the hotels, when he was walking around the street. I saw that dude everywhere, really not doing anything, and here they are married, and the family doesn't like the guy because you can tell he just doesn't really have a job and he doesn't do anything. But this is the guy that Eva loves, and if they're living off Eva's money, maybe they're trying to protect him. They went out and they got married on their own, and I don't know. I mean, at one point I can understand why the parents are mad, and at one point I can understand why they wouldn't want to. I mean, I had a very, very small wedding when I got married, and I've seen people have big, huge weddings, and it just puts way too much stress on them. And I don't know what you guys are going to do when you get married, or if you did get married, but I would tell people to get married the way I did. We just got married in my wife's parents' backyard, and we just invited the family over. There was 15 people there at the most, and we just had fun, and we partied all night. We didn't really spend any money, and that's what it's really all about. Just about two people loving each other and wanting to spend the rest of their lives with each other. I mean, that's about it, but I can't wait for week 2 of Total Divas. Fucking pumped. Yeah, come on.